Can anyone learn to play blindfold chess? Well, I believe that the answer is pretty much yes. And I would like to demonstrate this as well as show you how to do it. Let me demonstrate first the ability that I have built to visualize the chessboard and make moves on it. As an example, here's a chessboard. You'll see that the back does not have the squares, so when I hold it here, I don't see the chessboard. And I could even close my eyes, and I'm going to ask someone to help in this demonstration by calling out names of squares. And I will then say what the color of that square is because I'm looking at it in my mind. Okay, let's go.
C6.
White.
F3.
White.
F6.
Black.
H3.
White.
D2.
Dark.
G8.
White.
B4.
Dark. You see, I can do it quickly. And more than that, I can actually move a piece around the chessboard while blindfolded. I'm going to ask my helper to name two squares far apart, and I will move a knight from one to the other in my head. Are you ready? Okay, two squares. Give me the starting square.
E2.
And the ending square.
C7.
Here we go. Are you ready? E2, D4, E6, C7. Am I right? E2, D4, E6, C7. You see, I've developed this skill to the point that I can do it very quickly because I see the board in my head. In fact, I've built this ability to where I can not only play a full game of chess blindfolded, I can do it with several games at once. And no, I don't consider myself a genius. There are others who are truly genius. I had to work to develop it. And let me share you the secrets to doing it. The first step, if you want to build this skill, is to simply start with the board, blank board, upside down. And ask yourself, using the letters and numbers, the coordinates with a chessboard, what is the square in this corner? If you think about it, A through H, H1. And what color is it? Oh, that's right, white on right. Let's double check. H1, white on right. I know it. So if you turn it back over, and I say what color is G1, the square next to H1, well, that alternates colors. G1 is a dark square. What color is G2? It's next to the dark square. That's a light square. What color is H8? Okay, where is it? Over here. If this corner is light, the other corner is opposite. It's dark. Slowly you expand until you can name any square's color on the chessboard. That's the first stage. The second stage is you now take a chess piece and you imagine it on the chessboard, such as the bishop. And you put it in a corner, and without looking at the chessboard, you say, it's on H1, what are all the squares that bishop attacks? Well, in the corner, it's pretty simple, right? The diagonal, H1, G2, F3, E4, D5, C6, B7, A8. We got it. Bishops are kind of simple this way. You can do the same with a rook, same with a queen, a king, a pawn, even a knight, the tricky one. You see, once you can visualize that, you just pick any square, place the piece on that square, close your eyes and go, what are all the squares that that piece attacks? That is stage 2. Stage 3 is where you actually go into movement, and I recommend using the knight for this. Because of the challenge of the knight, it will build your skills quickly. But here's how to do it. Start in the corner, and then closing your eyes, move the knight, say the moves, that would move it to the square next to it on the edge. So H1 needs to go to H2. So in your mind, H1, the knight jumps over to F2, to G4, to H2. F2, G4, H2. You see? Now, move it from H2 to H3. F3, G5, H3. And so on, moving around the edges of the board. When that becomes simple, the second part of this stage is now to move it across the board. How do I go from H3 to A3? You see? H3, F2, D3, B4, C2, A3. So you see, you're building the muscle. Once you've completed this, you are ready to move on to actual blindfold chess games. And here's how we do that. You start with all the pieces on the board at first, and then when you play a game, you simply make 3 or 4 moves without moving the pieces. Meaning you work with a partner who's doing it as well, and you make your move, they say their move, you're just saying your moves, like I say E4, and maybe they say E5, and we leave the pieces here. And then I say knight F3, they say knight C6, I'm still imagining it. I go bishop C4, they go bishop C5. I say I can castle my king, and they say they're gonna play something like D6. And you go, okay, we each made 4 moves. Let's see if we did it correctly. Remember the moves. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop C4, bishop C5, castles, D6. Yay, we got 4 moves in. And right there you now say, okay, next 4 moves. Okay, I'll play knight C3, knight F6, D3, and so on. And you play a whole game doing 3 or 4 moves in your head and then setting it up until you get to the end. Once you can do that, expand it to 5 or 6 moves like that. And now you're finally ready to get rid of the pieces totally. Take them all off the board again. And this time, you're gonna play as many moves as you can, ideally 10 for starters. Just saying the moves, but you have the board in front of you. And then once you think you're stuck, you're losing the position, set up the whole position. Do that until you can go 15. Once you're there, now turn the board upside down and do the same. And why is that important? Because now the board's upside down, but you've had all that muscle memory on what to do. Now, play a blindfold game with someone else and play as many moves as you can, even if it's just 5 or 10 at a time, then set it all up, do it again. Eventually, you will get to 10, 20, 30, and finally, a full chess game. Now, why is that important? Do you want to just wow your friends by playing blindfold chess? Well, it's pretty cool to be able to do it. But here's what's really important. Visualization is a key skill that helps you succeed in chess because you're imagining the future positions and then you figure out how to get there. And in life, it is very important to be able to visualize the future, imagine the future, and think about the steps to get there, rather than playing with only what is directly in front of you and missing out what can be consequences for your choices. So you see, visualization will help you in chess, it'll help you in life, and yes, I do believe that almost anyone can build the skill of playing chess blindfolded. Enjoy.